It's been a while. No. It has been a while, hasn't it? Hello everyone, how are you going? Thank you for clicking on this video. If you are new here, hello, my name is Lucas. How are you going? Welcome to my channel. And if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. How have you been? Hope you've been thriving. Hope all of you have been thriving since I last posted. And it's been a long time since I filmed too. Like, even though I last posted about a month ago, this is the first time that I've filmed since May. It's been roughly almost 3 months. And there's a good reason why. Because I was just busy going back and forth with trying to get the last 3 videos done. I initially filmed the Encanto video in April, but because Eurovision was literally around the corner, I had to get those done first, and then I did Encanto. I uploaded it, and then the day after I uploaded the Encanto video, I got COVID. Fun, fun, fun for everyone. So I was out of commission for about 2 weeks. I literally had no energy to do any videos. I'm just grateful that I got the Encanto one out just before then, and people have been loving it. Thank you very much for watching my videos. It means a lot to me. So then I just, I was just busy resting for the first half of July, and then as I was getting better, there were a few other things I had to do with my personal life that was stressing me out for the next week or two after that. So as a whole, July was quite shit for me.
Find me a church to go to. I need peace in my heart. I need it now.
However, that didn't mean that it wasn't all bad. I had some highlights too, Obviously, when I recovered, I got back to work. I started socializing again and going to doing the other things that I've been doing, like dancing. It's been great. Now I'm here, getting back to my channel. This was initially supposed to be around June, this video. If you remember my Eurovision re-review video, I said that I was going to do a video for Pride Month. However, everything I just said happened. So this is it finally now. So I just want to say a happy belated Pride Month to all you beautiful people. I hope that you are thriving every day of the year. I mean, aside from Pride Month, I hope you all are thriving the rest of the year. I think it's about time that we oh no, hang on. Hang on. Speaking, quickly going before we get into the subject. You know what, never mind. For this special Pride video, I was thinking to myself, who is an artist who has a very supportive LGBTQ plus fan base who, has been creating music for decades now? And the first person that comes to mind is Miss Britney Spears. So then the next question was, which album? I boiled it down to an album that is nostalgic for me, because I grew up with this album in the late 2000s, and I reckon this album is probably considered one of her most polarizing albums. At this point, you probably know which album I'm talking about, also because you've probably seen the thumbnail and clicked on it. So today I'm going to be reacting to Blackout by Britney Spears, which was released in October 2007. 2007. Britney Spears and 2007 go together like water and oil. They don't. Everyone at this point knows all of the hardships that she's gone through. I'm not going to talk about that because it's literally been documented everywhere else in all media platforms, so I'm not going to go through it. But what I am going to talk about is, despite all of the hardships that she was suffering at that time, Britney released this album. I think, if anything, Britney has shown us if she can create success in the midst of a mental breakdown, then so can all of us. There's hope for us all. Hi, this is Editing Lucas here. Just one thing that I forgot to mention here. I know Britney was going through everything that she went through in 2007, but I forgot that she was suffering through this with 2 children under the age of 5. So she was looking out for her children as well as herself from everything while she was emotionally vulnerable. It's absolutely disgusting. We really need to give Britney her flowers for Blackout because of all the shit that she was going through in the meantime. Not only that, but like I said before, Blackout is quite a polarizing album for Britney. And it's interesting too because in comparison to her 4 previous albums leading up to Blackout, this one has a very different sound and dancing with other genres that she didn't play with before. For example, with her Baby One More Time and Oops, I Did It Again eras, they were really centered around teen pop. And then with her Britney and In the Zone eras, it was more centered around just pop and R&B with a little bit of dance elements in her In the Zone era. Then you've got Blackout, which is really dance heavy and it's very for the clubs. It is a club album, which honestly is great. And also, the public were very anti-Britney. They just jumped at the chance to put her down no matter what. When Blackout came out in 2007, there was like a lot of mixed reviews because it was something different. It was something different from Britney in comparison to everything else that she had created. Fast forward about 15 years later, people are changing their opinions on it and are regarding it as one of Britney's best albums yet, which is great. But as someone who was shaking their ass to Freakshow in 2008, I already knew that Blackout was a good album. I think all these people who changed their minds were just really late to the party. It is a nostalgic album for me. I can get more into that once we get to a certain song, because this certain song was the reason why I got the album in the first place. So if it wasn't for that song, this might be a completely different video for me. It is very late 2000s for me in terms of nostalgia and the songs that have come out of it. Disclaimer though, I have not listened to all the songs. The only songs, aside from the singles that were released, that I listened to were the aforementioned Freakshow, Hot as Ice, and Ooh Ooh Baby. I did listen a bit to some of the other songs. I think it was late last year, but I've forgotten what they sounded like, so I would like to get back into them again, and I thought, why not do that through this video? Speaking of which, I think we should get into the reaction. Actually, hang on, do you like my my t-shirt? I'm so happy that I've got this. I'm so 3008. It's so iconic. Also, obviously when I listen to the reactions, I do them on my computer, but for some reason, my computer decided to have a hissy fit on the internet connection. On a whim, my computer's being in a silly, goofy mood and decided that it's not going to register the internet connection, even though I'm still connected. And I've been watching videos on YouTube today and yesterday, and literally doing everything else on the internet normally, except Spotify doesn't recognize the fact that it's still connected. It thinks that it's registering what the computer's saying, so I can't listen to Spotify on my desktop. So I'm quite pissed about that, but thankfully I can still listen to it on my phone. So I'm going to be reacting on my phone. I've plugged my speakers to the phone, and we're just going to do it this way for today. I'm hoping that I can fix this, whatever the fuck this is, hopefully in due time, especially because I've got several other music reactions that I'm planning to do over the next couple of months. One more thing before we get started. I didn't mention this with the Dawn FM video because it wasn't necessary, because it was a brand new album, but I'm only going to be reacting to the standard track list of the album, meaning I'm not going to be listening to any songs that were on any international versions or deluxe versions. I'm saying this because I know there are 2 deluxe tracks on the deluxe version of Blackout. I'm not going to be including those. I'm only going to be including the original 12. So don't expect me to listen to Get Back or Everybody. And this goes for every music reaction that I make from here onwards. Alright, I think with all that talking out of the way, let's get started with track number 1, Gimme More.
It's Britney, bitch.
Oh shit, I got stuck. Saying, give me more, give me more. If you're on a mission, yeah. Give me more.
Like, stop. It's actually painful to watch.
Do you want more? Well, I'll give you more.
You're gonna have to remove me, 'cause I ain't going nowhere.
Well, I think it's safe to say that this is probably one of my favorite songs on the album, and honestly, rightfully so. Up until probably last year, my favorite song on the album has been Freakshow, but upon further retrospective reflection, I must say that the production on Gimme More is so fan-fucking-tastic, and just how it's all structured, it's amazing. The main producer, well, one of the producers, I think there's two producers on this song, but the main one that I'm really sort of like thinking about here is Danger. I will talk more about him when we get to Break the Ice. Considering that this was Britney's first single in just under 2 years, and especially after everything she went through in those 2 years alone, I think making Gimme More the comeback single was a great choice because it wasn't anything too extravagant. I feel that if it was much more extravagant than it is, I reckon people wouldn't have gone for it. It's simple yet amazing at the same time, and I think this was the right choice. I think it wouldn't have worked if it was Peace With Me or Break the Ice that was the debut single. I think Gimme More had that lead single energy to pull it off, and it worked, and it did really well, especially after, you know, all the other shit that she went through leading up to it. I think it was great that this song was a commercial success. I think the only other thing that I can think of in terms of the legacy of Gimme More was the infamous MTV VMA performance that she did in 2007 to promote, not only to promote Gimme More and then obviously leading into Blackout, but it was also her first major performance in a couple of years. So this was like a big thing, and unfortunately it didn't go down well because Britney was quite... Look, her energy wasn't there. And looking back now, it was understandable because she literally went through a mental breakdown. Her dancing was not up to par. She was lip syncing, but you know what, rightfully so. Especially if she was struggling a lot, her voice could have been very shaky. Who knows? People said she was too wooden. She looked like a mess up there. And you know what? You would too if you were going through a very public mental breakdown and everyone was literally talking shit about you constantly. But I'm just glad. I think the way she did it was fine. It's just that, you know, again, 2007, you know, it wasn't a great year for Britney. Everyone was just looking at her life through a microscopic lens. It's crazy how bad everyone treated her back then. She was out there trying to give her all on that stage. She was literally like, do you want more? And then everyone was just like,
More of them?
One good thing though is that now people realize that the way Britney was treated back in the 2000s and even the early 2010s was bad. There's been so many people that have been supportive for her, and obviously at the... it was like November, December last year. Was it? Yes. She, you know, finally was free from her conservatorship, and I just wish Britney well. I hope that she is, you know, living a life freely now, and, you know, she is surrounded by people who care about her as a person and not as a celebrity. And yeah, she's got so many dedicated fans who support her as well. So, you know, I truly believe there's no way to go but up for her at this point. Alright, let's move on. Track number 2, Piece of Me. You want a piece of me, another day, another drama. You tell them. This is oh my god, that Britney shameless. You want a piece of me. She's too big, now she's too thin. You want a piece of me. I think it's very fitting, going straight into, after Gimme More, just going straight into Britney just calling out pretty much everyone that was hating on her, and just how she is portraying all these things that she does wrong and everything that she's been criticized about, especially throughout her whole career. The subject matter of the song is great and very relevant, not only to Britney back then, but it could also go for other young women in entertainment today. It's relevant in a different way, I think, especially more so with social media, because paparazzi as a whole have really declined throughout the late 2010s and the 2020s because of social media and the way we get information from our favorite musicians or celebrities, and is different now to how it was even 10 years ago. Pissing me off. Trying to piss me off. Now are you sure you want a piece of me? One there's panic in the industry, I mean please. Ow! I literally just got one of my beard heads caught on my zipper. Not cool. That was not a fun time. Ow. That chicken sounding motherfucker. Who is that? Actually, this is a good time before we get into the dance break here to talk about the production of this song. This is thanks to the duo that is Bloodshy and Avant. If you don't know who Bloodshy and Avant are, they consist of Christian Carlson, aka Bloodshy, and Pontus Winberg, aka Avant, who, I didn't realize this, make up 2/3 of the Swedish band Wax Snow. Fun facts. Also, bonus fact, Christian Carlson is one half of Galantis. Just thought, you know, a bit of music info if you don't know already. But Bloodshy and Avant have been big collaborators with Britney since her In The Zone era. Some of their most well-known works with Britney have been My Prerogative, Do Something, and probably their most well-known collab with Britney, Toxic. And it's thanks to Bloodshy and Avant that they have given me one of my favorite moments in music ever. Like, I constantly keep repeating it because of how just so... I can't tell you. 7-Year-Old Me was shocked when I first heard that sound and just keep listening to it. I'm like, what the fuck? I love this so much. But if you listen to Toxic and then Piece Me right afterwards, you can hear the similarities in the sounds. And that's why I like learning about who produced what song, because then you see connections and then you kind of listen to what music they've produced, but also how their sound has evolved over the years. Woof! Wowie wow. Shit. Okay. In terms of the 3 songs that were released from Blackout, I think the order of them coming out was great. Gimme More came out first, and then Piece of Me came out afterwards. And I think Piece of Me was such a great second single to release because it, I don't know, again, it just has that second single vibe, but it just kicked off another smash hit around the world, honestly, as it should, because it's just such a great song. And like I said, Bloodshy and Avant did their thing with this with the production of the song. I think anyone else, it wouldn't have worked as well, in my opinion. And obviously, you know, Britney talking about everyone wanting a piece of her, especially throughout the years, you know, everything that she has been criticized about and all the things that people have talked about her and asking her all those unsavory questions and just this picking on her for even for things that weren't her fault as well. I think it was great that it culminated to this single, because, and the fact that it was released as a single was fantastic. And also the music video is quite iconic too. It's not one of my favorite Britney Spears music videos, but it's up there. All I remember from the music video was like her like in the different magazines and then her dancing with a bunch of other girls in the bathroom. That's all I remember. Alright, let's move on to yet another Bloodshy and Avant produced song. Wait, hang on, I went too early, hang on. Next up, track 3, Radar.
Confidence is a must, cockiness is a plus. Stop, you're making me blush, people are looking at us.
Ew, why'd I do that?
So hot on my radar,
On my radar. On my radar.
get the tingle, I wanna mingle, that's what I want.
On my radar.
Interesting sense of style, $10 million smile.
I don't think you know.
I said no.
And if I notice you, I know it's you. Choose and don't wanna lose when you walk, and when you talk, on my radar, on my radar, on my radar.
On my radar. I think now's a good time to talk about the reason why I got this album, and it's because of this song. And the main reason why is because growing up as an Australian kid, any Australian would know about the So Fresh compilation CDs. And if you don't know what they are, I'll quickly explain them now. So Fresh is a music compilation that has been going strong as probably the biggest compilation CD in Australia since 2000. Britney's songs from Blackout were on all the So Fresh CDs, so Gimme More was on summer 2008, Piece of Me was on autumn 2008, and then Break the Ice was in winter 2008. And I was expecting it to be on the spring 2008 CD because, despite it not being released as a single, it still got airplay, at least here in Australia. And it actually peaked at, I think, number 52, 53 in the top 100 here in Australia on airplay alone. So I was kind of like, oh, it's not on here. Why is this? Because I thought this was the new single and they were playing on the radio. I'm like, oh, what's going on here? So I tried finding it, and I tried even the second most well-known compilation CD in Australia, which was Now. Nothing there. So then I just got the album, and I'm like, okay, now I've got Radar. And then I got introduced to the other songs on the album too. Some of them, not all of them. That's why I got Blackout in the first place, and it's all because of Radar. Thank you, Radar, for bringing me this gem of an album. Also, Radar was released as the fourth single on Circus. It was put as a bonus track on Circus because I think they initially wanted to make it a single, but they didn't in the end. So then they made it a bonus track on Circus and made it a single on Circus. At least here in Australia, it then peaked at 46. But that's not to say that Radar is not a good song. It's a great song.
I got my eye on you,
Should have forgot about that bit.
and I can't let you get away. Hey, baby. I know it's you, I know it's you. I'm choosing, don't wanna lose.
Hey.
So I get the tingle, I wanna mingle, that's what I want. Have
You on my
radar, have you on my radar. It's been a while.
Shut up. Once again, produced by Bloodshot and Avant. And it's very apparent that it like, after noticing how it sounds in a comparison, like even Piece of Me or Toxic, you can sort of hear certain sounds that are very, very like it, like very like those songs that you can just compare it to. Again, Radar is the reason why Blackout is such a nostalgic album to me, and because I really was interested by how Radar sounded as a song and how it felt. It sounded different to me in comparison to the other three songs prior. I'm gonna take this off because this is starting to get really hot. Alright, next up we have track 4, Break the Ice.
I know I shouldn't have kept you waiting, but I'm here now.
It's been a while, but I'm glad you came in. And I can't get enough, so let me get it. Ooh, let's get it blazing. Let me break the ice. Allow me to get you right.
Allow me to get you right. Baby, I can make you feel hot.
Beat it
Like an 808.
in your eyes. Now, I need to talk about the producer behind this song and a couple of other songs on this album, and that person is Nathaniel Nates Hills, aka Danger. Danger has produced 5 of the 12 initial songs on Blackout, them being obviously Break the Ice, then also Gimme More, then also Get Naked, Hot as Ice, and Perfect Lover. Now, the reason why I'm really focusing on Danger here is because, and especially why I'm talking about it more on Break the Ice, is because it can't be just me, but the way this song, if you hear the instrumental of the song and the way it's produced, doesn't it sound like a Timbaland song? Doesn't it sound like something that Timbaland would produce? I was thinking about this earlier this year, and I'm like, oh, has Timbaland produced this? And I'm like, let me check, and no, Danger. Just so you know, this is probably very, very inaccurate. This is just a theory of mine, and I don't know if it's true, but is Danger a protege of Timbaland? And hear me out, because I've done a bit of research, and I was looking at other big songs that Timbaland produced, especially in the mid to late 2000s, and something very interesting came up in terms of who else produced the songs. Some of these examples include Promiscuous by Nelly Furtado, produced by Timbaland and Danger. Sexy Back by Justin Timberlake, produced by Timbaland and Danger. 4 Minutes by Madonna, produced by Timbaland. And oh, look who we have here. It's Danger. So that makes me feel like this, like that's why I feel like this theory is quite strong. The way Break the Ice sounds and the amount of times that they've co-produced songs, I just feel like it's too much of a coincidence. I mean, it's definitely something to think about, and it's definitely something that's opened my eyes to, holy shit, is this true or not? But it may very well not be. Also, before I continue with the rest of the song, I do want to bring up the masterpiece that is the Break the Ice music video, because as someone who's a part-time lover of anime, this was very interesting to watch growing up, because at the time of release, I didn't know what anime was. I just saw these cartoons that looked a certain way, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Like, up until 2008, my knowledge of anime, not knowing it was anime, were Digimon, Cardcaptor Sakura, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Sonic X. But looking at the Break the Ice music video and seeing that kind of style, but in a less kid-friendly manner, it was very interesting seeing that, that this sort of animation is also for adults as well as kids. Because I thought anime was more of a kids genre. So it was very interesting watching it, and it stuck with me watching the music video. I'm saying all this, but the actual music video is technically anime influenced or anime inspired, because I'm pretty sure it wasn't made in Japan. I think it was actually made in South Korea. So this music video will go under the anime influenced section, kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender or Teen Titans. Regardless though, it is still a great music video, and I think from memory it's part of the trilogy that started with Toxic. I think it goes Toxic, Break the Ice, and then Womanizer. I didn't realize that was the case, but I digress. I feel like this part of the song is so underrated. It just sounds, just the way how it's all downplayed and everything. It's a shame that unlike Gimme More and Piece of Me, commercially it didn't chart as well. Here in Australia, at least with the three singles, Gimme More peaked number 3, Piece of Me peaked number 2, but then Break the Ice only peaked at number 23. And I think that might be one of the higher peaks in the world. I don't know if it's the highest peak, but I think it's one of the highest, because some of the other charts were like further down, which is a shame, because I think this song could have done better. And I think a lot of that issue was in regards to how it was promoted, or lack of promotion thereof. That sort of doesn't break the fact that this is a great song. All the singles released from Blackout are great songs, including Radar. Even though it's technically a Circus release single, those 4 are great. I think they're all great songs, and I think it just shows the magnitude of what Britney was working with in terms of how it differed from the past 4 albums. What we've just listened to is so different in terms of the sounds. Like I said earlier in the video, I think there was a bit more of a dance influence with In the Zone. Like, you had songs like Toxic that had a bit of a dance element to it, and also Do Something as well also was very dance heavy, and again, both thanks to Bloodshine Avant. So it just worked out well. Alright, let's move on to track number 5, Heaven on Earth.
Your touch, your taste, your breath, your face, your heaven on earth. I've waited
Oh,
for my favorite kiss, your perfect skin.
all that harmonizing there. It's very jarring after listening to the last 4 songs and then going into Heaven on Earth, where the intro is so 80s. This song is very 80s driven, which is great, because it's something that I reckon it honestly is a first for Britney at the time, because I don't think there were any other songs from the first 4 albums were very 80s. It's very interesting to listen to this song and hearing Britney doing something that's very 80s influence in terms of the sound. This is definitely Britney's experimental album, in my opinion, because everything beforehand and then everything after has been almost not the same, but the same but different. But I think Blackout stands out because of how different it is to all the other albums. In essence, Blackout is basically the black sheep out. No, I'm gonna stop right there. I do like that harmonizing bit. Heaven on Earth is not going to be one of my favorites, and it's a shame because the beginning sounded like it was definitely going to go somewhere, but I don't know. So far, it's the weakest song on the album for me. It's not giving me much to sort of go on. Like, one of the only good things about the song that I'm liking so far is the harmonizing in the bridge that she does. That sounded lovely, and then the intro was great too. That's all I can say about it right now. What? Yeah, it's not going to be one of my favorites, and going into this, I knew it because I already have favorites for this album that are going to be like top 4, top 5, unless if the songs that I haven't heard at all change my mind. I know what my top 5 are going to be like, absolutely. But it's a shame because, like I said, it sounded good in the beginning. It didn't carry out the rest of the way in the end. But what I do like about this album so far, listening to it all the way through, is how consistent it is in terms of every song that has been put before us right now can definitely go down in the club scene. Absolutely. In different ways. They're all club tracks in their own way. Different songs will be good for different clubs, but they're all club tracks no matter what. So I like the consistency of the album so far, and hopefully with the songs that I haven't heard entirely, that the consistency stays through all 12 tracks. So we will soon see. Next up, track number 6, Get Naked, I Got a Plan. Okay, Timbaland. Like, am I wrong here? It still slaps though. Alright, okay.
The flavor, oh my god, it's so real. Like,
what are these sounds? It sounds like all those TikTok straight boys that are trying to do the vocal fry. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, okay.
No, I'm sorry. This is literally Timbaland. Am I not wrong? The way he's singing, it sounds like Timbaland almost. I'm saying this right now, and you can agree with me, you can disagree with me. I know that Timbaland is one of the greatest producers in music history. And let me tell you why. Every time I hear a song that is produced by Timbaland, it goes off. It slaps so fucking hard. Sometimes he doesn't need to go as hard as he needs to, but the way he produces the music, especially when you listen to the music he's produced for other artists and also his own albums, especially from the late 90s all the way up to the 2010s. Oh my god. Some of my favorite songs are produced by Timbaland. Think More Than a Woman by Aaliyah. I said I'll be that. I discovered that during the pandemic. Why was I not told about the song earlier? And that's on us Australians not making it chart higher and do better than it should have back in 2002. That's a crime. Another crime that happened is Aphrodisiac by Brandy. When I'm with her, you take me higher. Again, during the pandemic, like, why was it not a more successful song? Again, produced by Timbaland. When you look back at all the songs that he's produced, they 9 times out of 10 go so fucking hard. And another one that I'm just thinking of that I've been listening to a lot lately is Return the Favor by Carrie Hilson. Timbaland never misses. He does not miss one bit. I know this is like I know this is a Britney video, but the way that Timbaland has got me in a chokehold with his music, it's immense, and I don't think there will be any loosening of that grip anytime soon. And I'm happy with that, because the catalogue of music that he's produced for himself and for others, and the quality of that music is immaculate. It is amazing, and that's it. Listen to all the songs he's produced. They are so fucking great. If you want to have a good day, listen to something made by Timbaland. You will not regret it. Baby, baby. Oh, that bit they're just calling off by surprise. Get Naked is definitely a lot better than Heaven on Earth for me. I like how it sounds. I'm not sure like if we're in the top end of this album as my favorites, but I can definitely put this bit more on repeat and listen to it in full. Again, because it sounds so much like Timbaland, that's why I love it so much, even though it's Danger. But again, my theory still stands. But yeah, no, this is a great song. One thing that I was thinking about as well is Danger has a lot more vocal time on it that Britney's parts kind of felt a little bit to the side. So it's almost like it should have been Britney Spears featuring Danger instead of it being just Britney Spears, because he had just enough time on this track than she did. So that's the only critique. I'm definitely going to be listening to that a bit more. I'm going to put that in a few of my playlists now that I've heard it completely. It's nice. It's nice. Now we're officially halfway through the album. We are getting through it. Alright, next up, track number 7, Freakshow. Hello? Didn't work.
10 p.m. to 4, and I came to hit the floor. I'm about to mash, making other chicks so mad.
Set the floor up, up, up. I'm cool, make it up.
Freakshow, freakshow. It's crazy now, let's make a Freakshow,
make it up.
Dancing tabletop, freaky, freaky, so outside the norm.
So outside the norm, we can do it if you wanna.
Freakshow, we can
Give them out.
Me and my girls like to get it on. Grab us a couple boys to go. Me and my girls like to get it on. Grab us a couple boys to go. We can give them a Freakshow. Me and my girls like to get it on. Grab us a couple boys to go.
I said that Freakshow was one of my favourite songs on this album, and with good reason. Like, the way it was produced, and I think it was also produced again by Bloodshine Avant. Bloodshine Avant have made great music with Britney, and this song absolutely proves that again. This has been like my favourite song of Blackout for years. It has been moved down a peg to Gimme More. That doesn't mean that everything that Freakshow has given us wasn't any less. This song fucks.
Okay.
This song is great. And this song is iconic to me as 11-12-year-old me, after buying the album in late 2008, masterpiece. This song is iconic. I think this is the shortest song on the album, and I think it's great that it's quite short because of how fast-paced it is. I think anything longer might have killed it. And I also think it's great that it never became a single, because I think it's a great song, but I don't think it's a song worthy to be... Not worthy, but I don't think if it was released as a single, it wouldn't have been appreciated that much. And, you know, it would have gone down like Break the Ice or worse, Radar. So, all in all, absolutely 10 out of 10 for me. Would listen to again and again and again. Next up, track number 8, Toy Soldier. Ooh, that bass was like a lot. Alright. Ooh, this song is quite good too. nice. Oh, nice. I like that song. Everything about Toy Soul just sounded so fun. I don't think it's better than Get Naked, but it's like probably the next one down for me. It sounded like Britney was having the time of her life singing that song from what I could hear. And the way it produced, it just sounds like a very playful, fun song, but you know, it's still very like club. Again, the consistency is still going strong. 8 songs in. We've still got 4 more left. I know the next 2 are songs that I've already listened to growing up. And then the final 2 are songs that I haven't heard entirely. So we'll soon see how it all turns out. Also, I don't know what I was doing at 12 years old. Gatekeeping Get Naked and Toy Soldier from myself by not listening to them entirely. Like, what was that about? Because these are great songs. I don't know why I didn't bother listening to them. I was just Freakshow all the way. I'm like, nah, fuck off. You know what? Doesn't matter. Main thing is I'm listening to them now and they're great. So definitely songs I'm going to add to more of my playlist, definitely. Next up, we've got track number 9, Hot as Ice. I think because I feel like listening back to Hot as Ice, it's not that bad. Just, I feel like it's a little bit cringy for me because of, again, probably listening to it growing up. I don't know, it has some sort of, for me, it has a small cringe factor to it. And I can't explain what it is exactly because it's not a bad song. Not one of my favorites, but I don't know what to explain about it. What? Break it down, break it down. So, Hot as Ice. It's not my favorite songs. It does get points for being not my least favorite song because of I already listened to it, and it's not the worst song. Like I said before, produced by Danger, but looking back now, in comparison to listening to it back when I first got it, I don't feel the same about it. I don't know how much I will listen to it because I feel like it's lacking something, and I don't know what it is, but that's okay. And like I said, yeah, I think it might have come off a bit cringy, slightly, because of, you know, me listening to it back when I first got it. I can only imagine now with the next song if it's going to be worse or better, because I've already listened to it growing up. So let's see. Track number 10, we've got Ooh Ooh Baby. I could be wrong. Oh, with your love, okay. I was gonna say, like, what are you being filled up with? With your love. Okay, thank God. Because I was getting a bit...
And now I hope you know that I'm your biggest fan. Whisper softly in the world is listening. I can feel you on my lips, I can feel you deep inside. 'Cause I like it. Baby, 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 baby.
Oh my God. I forgot she says it so many times. Baby, 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 baby. Oh my God. Worse than Hot as Ice. You know what Ooh Ooh Baby reminds me? Like the same sort of cringy energy this song gives is another Britney song from Circus, which is another nostalgic album of mine. But Ooh Ooh Baby reminds me of Papi. Like, it gives me the same amount of cringe, a different kind of cringe. But I enjoy Papi better than Ooh Ooh Baby. Ooh Ooh Baby doesn't do anything for me anymore. It's not what it used to be. So yeah, it's not one of my favorites of the album, unfortunately. The whole Filling Me Up With Your Love got me a bit stressed at one point because you know, she was just saying you fill me up, and I'm like, wait, with what Britney? Please tell me, I'm kind of scared. Oh God. But that is all the songs that I know that I've listened to. The last two I haven't listened to yet in full, so it'll be interesting to see how they sound in comparison with how, like, again, consistency all the way through with how well it can go in the clubs. So let's move forward from here. Next up, we have track 11, Perfect Lover.
Are we ready? Are we ready? Ready?
My body feels like an inferno, like I'm in a race and I'm dripping. Come closer, feel the sweet.
Oh, okay.
You're perfect love, I'm in love with all the things you do.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Every time you touch me there, you make me feel good. That thing going and then some, and I can't even feel. So tick tock, come and get me while I'm hot.
Fuck yes.
So seductive when you touch me, I can't get enough of you. Baby, I'm most confident you got me.
Nah, hang on. Nah. Okay. This, right now, this is dedicated to 12-year-old me. Are you kidding me?
Oh, me?
Are you fucking kidding me? How dare you keep this song from me? Because, what the fuck? Why didn't you think the song was good enough? You thought, nah. You thought Hard as Ice and Ooh Ooh Baby were the shit, but not Perfect Lover? I'm mad, but I'm glad at the same time. But I can't believe it's taking this long to listen to it in full. This is sick. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Again, props to Danger, because again, he produces out this song. Oh my god. I think aside from, like, because oh my god, is this better than Get Naked though? Because they're both great. Because, oh my god. I don't know how, ooh, I did not expect this to be such a fucking banger. Especially towards the end of the album. I was not expecting this at all. Again, this is sick. I can't believe I did this to myself as a kid. I can't believe I starved myself from perfection. But you know what? I was a different person at a different time. My music taste has evolved since 2008. There was something was not right. Oh. Shit, it just ended like that. Holy fuck. That abrupt ending. Very freak show of you, but I like that. I liked it. Wow. It took me all this time to listen to this in full, and I'm shocked and surprised that I kept this for myself. It's sick and twisted that I would do that to myself, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. PV, you're Rachel and Joey. Danger has done it again. And again, the way it sounds like a Timbaland song. Again, seriously, I'm not playing around anymore. Either he is a protege of Timbaland, or he has gotten so many pointers off of him that it sounds like a Timbaland song, even though it's not. I'm being seriously serious right now, guys. Is this for real? No, but this could be a new favorite of mine. This is going to be very interesting with how I rank this album. Oh my god.
No. Well,
I can't wait to see how this turns out. And we've got one more song left, so let's move on to the very last song. We're finally on the last track of the album, track number 12, Why Should I Be Sad? I knew it. I was sitting here thinking to myself, because it sounds so much like the Neptunes, this, how it's produced. I'm like, did Pharrell do this? Because I wasn't too sure. I forgot if, like, because this reminded me, did the Neptunes produce the song? a song on the album. And this was giving me very, very much Neptune's vibes. And then I hear Pharrell's voice, and that just solidified everything in my head. Yes, that's correct. And you know what? It makes sense too, because the amount of times that Britney has worked with the Neptunes and Pharrell, especially her Britney era, what comes to mind is I'm a Slave for You and Boys. I'm pretty sure they produced some songs on In the Zone. I just don't remember which ones though. I want to say Outrageous, but I could be dead wrong.
No! 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 No!
Yes. What? Mate. Oh, wow. Okay, you know what? I love the fact that despite Why Should I Be Sad most likely being the slowest song on the album, it still has the club energy to it. It's official. Blackout is a consistent club album. I love that. I love that for me. And I knew from the from the beginning it just sounded like it was produced by the Neptunes, and then hearing Pharrell sing confirmed that for me. Absolutely. I think that was a great way to end the album, because it's slow. It also like bringing all the hype down into a more slow moving song, but it was still fast enough to move your body to. It's almost in a way kind of like, you know, towards the end of the night, and you know, in everything's starting to wind down a bit, but people are still on the dance floor and they're just, you know, still moving. This is a great song for that time. Wow. And again, another great song that I gate-kept to myself. Gate-kept. Is that a word? Gate-kept. I'm not even going to ponder on that. That was fantastic. Why Should I Be Sad is definitely another song that I have to reconsider as another great song on the album. Very wow. Very just so.
Hi guys, I'm in my gym right now. I haven't been in here for like 6 months because I burnt my gym down, unfortunately.
Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was an employee. And I was going to get Employee of the Month. And that's on period.
So now listening to Blackout all the way through, listening to all 12 songs, I think they were probably going to go for a dance/club album. They stuck with that consistently, but still playing with different styles of club music that could go well. Yeah, there were a few misses, but more than not, there was about 3/4 of the album I love. Standouts for me, I mean, obviously the singles and Radar are great. They obviously all iconic in their own ways. Freakshow is another standout for the album, and then thinking about the other songs that I listened to, the ones for me that hit so hard were Perfect Lover was a standout for me. Amazing. Why Should I Be Sad is also another great song. Like Timbaland, the Neptunes rarely miss with a song, and Why Should I Be Sad proves that theory to me. And then also Get Naked's a great one as well. They were great songs too. And I want to reiterate how great this album is, considering the shit that Britney went through leading, like, because I think she would have produced all of this during 2006. This was like the lead up to the breakdown, or she was still going through a lot of shit, but 2007 was what broke her. But she still made this album through all the hardships and adversities she was struggling with at the time. Like I said, we need to give Britney her flowers for Blackout, because she pulled this out of her ass during a mental breakdown. We need to give her a lot of credit for this album. I don't know what else to say. She did that. And you know, I reckon probably a lot of other people have done that as well. But I think, especially with what Britney went through in that period of time in her life, it needs to be more well regarded. Obviously, people are praising it now, over 15 years later. But you know, at least she's getting that praise. It just sucks that back then in 2007, it arrived to mixed reviews, which is a shame, but I'm glad that is not the narrative anymore for this album. And you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy because I think this could possibly be one of Britney's best albums to date. Because I know she's still going to be releasing albums, because I think she's already planning on making her ninth album. I don't know when that will be. I personally don't care, because I just want Britney to do what she wants at her own pace. I'm happy that she wants to make more music. She can do it in her own time now, which is great. That brings me to the end of this video. It's so great to be back, and just being back here filming, and just being creative again. It just feels so great, and I can't wait to continue on. I've got more music reactions in the pipeline to be made, so stay tuned for those. And I'm hoping to start gaming very soon. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully in the next month minimum. I don't know when I'm going to do the next movie reaction. I'll see how I go. I've got a few ideas of movies I want to react to next, because I feel like for me, movie reactions, because there's so many movies to react to, I don't know where to start, but I've got a few that I'm thinking of doing next. So I've got at least 4. So that's good. That's going to keep me going for a while, along with all the other ideas that I've got. If you're here at the end of this video, thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the reaction, and I hope especially if you have not listened to Blackout before, I hope you've enjoyed it. Comment down below, what is your favorite song from Blackout? I mean, there's only 12, so there's not a big track list, but a lot of great songs on this album. And comment down below if you think that Blackout is one of Britney's best albums so far, and your thoughts on Blackout as well. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe and click on the notification bell to get updates on when I upload. Thank you very much for tuning in. I've already got the next music reaction ready to rumble at some point. Maybe I'll probably film that in the next couple of days, so stay tuned. Oh my god, I forgot what day it was today. It's Monday today. I thought it was Sunday. Take care of yourself. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week, wherever you are, whenever you're watching, and I will see you all very soon. See you guys.